Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday. We are live. I'm excited about tonight because I run into that problem too. How do you get your cleaners to clean like you? It can be difficult. Some days are easier, some days are harder. I'm going to wait a few minutes for everyone to jump on. This is not necessarily a training tonight. This is you come and ask me questions. You ask me anything. I'm going to get into my group so I can see the questions. You're going to ask me all the questions you can think of having to do with how do you get your cleaners to clean as well as you do, right? The most difficult piece in this whole part of growing a cleaning company. So it takes a few minutes for me to see everyone. So if you're jumping on for the first time, if you're jumping on for the 10th time, the 20th time, let me know you're here. Say hi. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what your company is called. I'm going to interact with you. I just have to look at everything through. Marta says, I do, please. Marta, it's right below. I'm live. It's right below. I'm live. So I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to jump on. There's a little bit of a lag on here, so I have to look at everything on my phone. So if you're tuning in on the replay, if you're watching this live, welcome. My name is Cheryl Hasher. I'm a cleaning business coach. I also founded this group, Sisters Who Scale, to help cleaning business owners grow their companies, avoid pitfalls, and give support as they grow. So I'm also an owner and operator of my own cleaning company, Made Right Cleaning, a business that I still continue to run hands-on. Starting as a one-person operation, I've scaled it to over $850,000 a year in revenue. We're continuing upward, right? We are continuing to grow that company. But the growth happened through old-fashioned hard work, not a million automation tools. Of course, we have some. We didn't purchase a lead list. We don't have a high ad spend. We don't have any ad spend at all, just to be completely 100% clear. We are a completely 100% organic company. Authentic, organic growth fueled by relentless effort and unwavering focus on the activities that actually move the needle, right? This is a no-nonsense approach. It's exactly what I do in my own company. It's exactly what I share with others. So if you're seeking quick fixes or something to validate your current methods, we're not a good match, right? We're not a good match. However, if you are serious about understanding the fundamental mechanics of building a thriving, profitable cleaning business, one with a compelling brand, strong client and employee relationships, and a steady pipeline of premium customers who genuinely enjoy working with you, then we should definitely talk. So I show you specific mistakes that you're likely sabotaging your success, plus actionable solutions you can implement immediately to boost both your performance and your profitability, because it's all about profits in this game, right? So most importantly, when you work with me, you learn how to position yourself above the competition, okay, instead of getting trapped in destructive price competition with other business owners. So tonight is a great topic. It's an ask me anything on quality, how to get your cleaners to clean like you do, right? So we're going to be talking about that tonight. This is not a training. This is you ask me questions. So who is tired of staff not listening to you, right? Not getting the details. All right, I'm going to go. I need questions. Who has questions for me? Who has questions for me? I'm going to tune in and see. I'm going to be looking on here so I can see the questions. I don't see any comments yet. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Christina. How are you? This is question and answer time, so please ask me some questions. There's 8 people on here. I can see, it says 8 with an eyeball next to it. So who has questions about how to get your cleaners to clean like you do? This is for you. Hey Tammy, how are you? Far Beyond Clean in Florida in Daytona Beach. She's coming at us from. All right, I see 10 people. Okay, shoot me some questions. If I don't get any questions, I'm not going to stay on. Andrea says, I have the worst time with sweeping and mopping for my employees. So, first off, let me ask you this question. Why are you sweeping? Shouldn't you be vacuuming? Or is that what you mean? So, they're having a hard time with the floors. Have you looked at what the process is for the floor? So I guess, Andrea, tell me what the process is for cleaning the floors. Is it vacuuming first? Is it sweeping? Is it both? Oh, wait. I'm looking on my phone to answer all these questions, so as they go, there's a little bit of a lag, just so you guys know. Should I? You should be vacuuming. Forget the sweeping. That's stupid. Get that out. I'm not stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying that's super time consuming. It hurts their back. Vacuum mop. No, there shouldn't be any sweeping. Um, Stacy says, I sent I spent a lot of time doing checklists. Okay, it's mandatory to follow, but still not completing the task. Okay, so they're still not doing it. Do you have a system in place, Stacy, where someone on the team does a final walkthrough and has a certain amount, like has a final walkthrough where they have certain things that they have to check off their list that they were done? Do you have that, Stacey? Let me know if you do. It's so weird. I'm sorry. I gotta look down here. I probably should get another monitor. I know my husband's been after me to get another monitor. I probably should because I'm looking on my phone. So, Seja, I hope I did your name right. Hi. I've had multiple complaints about baseboards, vacuuming or dusting, and I have been on repeat about the same issues for over a year. Okay. Did you know that in across America, the biggest complaint is dusting in houses, right? Baseboards, how are they doing it? Are they doing it with a duster? Do you have a handheld duster? So in our basic cleans, we dust with a not a feather duster, but like a duster, right? In our basic cleans, we do a duster. In a deep clean, we hand wash with the baseboards. Again, is there anyone going to check quality? So either two things have to happen. Either you have to have a team leader on the team. It could be a solo person, that means they're good. It could be someone on a team of two that goes around after the job is complete and checks everyone's work. You have to have someone in place because the two of them, they're going to be like, did you do that? No, I didn't do that, right? You have to have specific things that they clean, okay? Every single time they're in there. But then you have to have a leader. So it's either going to be you, the owner, that goes around and checks every house, which is going to be a pain in the ass, or you have to train up a team leader that goes behind everyone when the job is complete and checks everything. Opens the microwave, opens the toilet lids, right? If you're doing the refrigerator, opens the refrigerator, the freezer, checks the floors, checks the picture frames, make sure they're dusted. When you start to get bigger, you need a quality control in place, right? You need a quality control. I've felt it, right? I do some quality control. I have team leaders for the most part, not 100%. I'm in full disclosure, not 100%, not 100% every day, all the time, right? They have good days, they get bad days, but most of my team leaders go around and check everyone's work to make sure they're not missing things, right? We're all human. They're all human out there. They're going to have good days. They're going to have bad days. Up here in Massachusetts today, we've had like 95-degree, like humid weather. We're not used to it. We can't work in that weather, right? We're not used to it. And everyone's dragging ass because it's so hot. You have to have people that go check their work, right? Okay. Janet Baker says, dusting sounds so easy, but I've gotten so many complaints. I think you mean complaints. I think. Janet, do you mean complaints or compliments? Compliments would be good. So Marta says, how do you deal with employees who are older than you and think they know better because of that? Oh, I had one. I had Betty. She was 63. She worked with us last year. I fired her. I fired her. She just had an attitude, and she wasn't that good at cleaning, and she used to break shit all the time. So just so you know, it happens. It happens in my company too. So how do you deal with that? You have to deal with it in the best way that you can. You can say something to the effect of, "I know you know how to clean. However, with my company, we have a certain system that we do. Like, for example, top to bottom, left to right. Maybe you do the bathrooms first. Maybe you do the dusting first, right? Whatever your process is, Marta, you have to tell them that the reason why you have a system is so that when you hire other people, they can follow the same system. So it's very important to follow the same system. Unless she's going out and solo cleaning, she's going to follow the way that you work, right? Does that make sense? See if that works. I find that if you explain to them why you do the things you do, they get it, right? If you just bark at them, you're like, do it this way, do it that way. They're like, well, I want to do it my way because I'm 65 and I know better, right? If she knew better, she'd own her own cleaning company. So she doesn't know better. Um, Andrea Deal, no, I think it's stupid too. Just that it was faster. Nah, I think you're right. Get your, I don't know what kind of vacuums you use. My personal preference is the backpack vacuums because they can go fast, right? Everything is equated in this business. Everything is equated to labor and profits. That's it. So the faster you can go with keeping the same quality is what you want to aim for. Hi, April. How are you? Christina Roderick says, two of my cleaners have ADHD, don't we all? And while they are great, they occasionally hyper focus on things that aren't in our scope of work. Okay. Fixing a client's vacuum. Yep. You don't need to do that. Do you use your clients' vacuums all the time? I wonder if that's why they're doing that, right? Maybe they're being nice. Oh no, you provide your own vacuum. I would say that's not in your scope of what you do. Would be like, I know you want to be nice, but we can't be doing that because I'll have to deduct the time from your pay. Ouch, that would hurt if you said that. Is there a nicer way to say that? I wonder. Be like, I wouldn't be able to pay you for the extra time you spend fixing the vacuum. Say that, right? Say that. That might work. Sage, thank you. Yes, that would be helpful. I'm in the process of making that system. Hey, Gabby, do they check the work before they mop? I would say yes, right? I would say yes because as the system goes, you're mopping out, so you're mopping from the back of the house to the front of the house. But you also want to make sure whoever's mopping, like, mops correctly, mops with a grain of wood, stuff like that. Make sure if nobody has a process with getting complaints on the mopping, then you're okay to check before you mop, right? If you're getting complaints on the mopping, then you have to check after. I know the footprints, and I get that, but like, you can always do the check. When I was in the field, I always start upstairs. So I do the check upstairs. You're really not stepping on much, you know what I mean? Do the check, come downstairs, and then it all depends if that person mopping is good or not. But you can do it before they mop, absolutely. Because what you're looking for is crumbs on the floor, right? You're looking for crumbs on the counters. You're looking for streaks on the mirror. You're looking to see if they picked up the shampoo bottles, things like that. So yeah, you can do that. Complaints, Janet, that's what I thought you meant. April, what I do that has helped me is go back in every room and quality check. 100%. Everyone is human that works for your company. We're not all robots. We're not there yet where we can go hire robots to clean our clients' houses, right? So there has to be a quality check. Whether it's you doing it, whether it's your team leader that you've taught how to quality check exactly like you, they have to do it. And you hold your team leaders responsible for doing that quality check. If there's a complaint, it falls on the team leader's shoulders. It has to fall on the team leader's shoulders. It's only right because they're in charge. They're the management. That's why they're getting paid a little bit more money, right? Marta Rowe. So Marta, if you say to her, what I said to say, like, this is why we do it this way. I know you know how to clean. You're amazing. However, I'm building a system. More people that I bring in to work as I grow the company need to learn the same exact way. if that doesn't work and she keeps giving you an attitude and she keeps giving you a hard time, get rid of her. Right? If she's not going to listen, forget it. Sometimes it's difficult. I've had people that are older than me, right, or the same age as me, and they just want to do it their own way. Usually they don't make it. Why? Because you're looking for people that can duplicate the system. Because the more the system is duplicated, the easier your life gets and the quality remains consistent. So, I've had complaints in the past from clients that say, oh, the service, sometimes some teams clean better than others, right? I get that all the time. I know exactly who my A plus cleaners are. I know exactly who my B minus cleaners are too. And not everyone's going to clean at the same level, right? They're not. That is the whole problem with running a cleaning business, is the people, right? People is the hardest thing. You have to do your best, and you have to hope for 95%. You're never going to get 100 out of them. If you get 100 out of them, they should buy your company. No, I'm only kidding. Stacy Buckley, they are required to look over others' work before moving on. I have one team leader, but looking for another. Okay. Yeah, you have to put your team leaders in charge. Andrea, I have multiple different types, but I like my backpack. I like the backpack too. We use a pro team. It's the purple and gray one. We've had them for, oh God, we've had them for 4 years now. I think we switched during COVID. We've never looked back. All the girls, I have one guy. All the employees like them. They all like them. Hi, Elizabeth. Gabriella, is your check process in the material for drop them off? It is. It is. Yes, it is. It's going to be under cleaning your I can't think right now, but it's under training your cleaning teams. That's what I'm thinking of. Training your cleaning teams. If you guys are in drop them off or you have access to the material still, that my quality check is going to be in training your cleaning teams chapter. Okay. Seja, how are we doing quality checks when cleaners are on their own versus cleaning teams? So they should be checking their own work. A team leader is a team leader, or myself driving between all the. I'm not sure what you mean by that second sentence, but if your people are solo, if you're sending your people out solo, they have to be good, right? They have to be able to handle it. When I was cleaning solo, or when my girls clean solo now, what they do is they'll clean a bathroom. I'll use the bathroom as an example. They'll clean a bathroom, and then before they leave the bathroom, they go and they check their work, right? So then they go dust the 3 bedrooms, and then they check everything before they leave. I think that's the most efficient way. You can start upstairs. I always started upstairs. But then I have another team leader that likes to do the dusting on both the top and the bottom floor. She gets that all done, and she goes upstairs, she does the bathrooms, and she checks the dusting and stuff. That some check right after, some check at the end. I've done it both ways. When I was solo cleaning myself, I would clean the whole house, and then I would go check the whole house again, because you're all human. We're all human, right? You're gonna miss something. If you're doing that many houses a week, if your teams are doing like 15, 18 houses a week, what's the harm in double checking the work? Double check the quality. When your company gets big, you need someone out there in the field checking quality, making sure your employees are doing their job. They're not rogue employees. You will not get a good result if you have rogue employees, right? Oh, hold on. I almost lost the questions. April says, is the suction good for the backpack vacuum? The suction on the Pro Team vacuums is amazing. They're $500, but it's amazing. Yep. So, right. So we do commercial. Most of our business is residential, but we have a small commercial division. But they have all different attachments, April, so you can use them in the houses. Seja, you answered my question perfectly. Okay, great. Hope I did. All right, what else? This is for you guys. This is for you guys. Throw me all your questions. Throw me all your questions. It's mind-boggling sometimes. I get it, right? I totally get it. April says, do you recommend teams of two or solo? Both. I think both. I think Debbie Sardone is wrong on that. Let me tell you why. So I think a hybrid is the best approach, okay? I think solo makes money. I think if you have a team of two um, making, doing the routine correctly, it can also make money as well. But here's why 100% solo model can be tough, because number one, it's hard. Number two, the cleaners get lonely. I've asked, we do a hybrid. Would I love to do 100% solo model? Of course. But I've had people with me for 7 years. My cleaners don't, my good staff that don't burn out, like they like their jobs. I have a couple on salary. They've been with me a long time. They tell me, I ask feedback. I'm like, you want to go out and clean 100% solo? And they say, no. And I say, why? And they're like, because it's lonely, because I need interaction. So in a perfect world, here's what you have to think of. In a perfect world, the name of the game is retaining your people. Why? Because it's more expensive to go out and keep hiring new people. You want to retain people so they get to know the route, they know the routine, they know the clients, they know the houses, and they keep producing for you. Is there a little bit more training involved in a team of two? Of course there is. But they want to interact with people. The reason why a company can retain people for 5 years, 4 years, 7 years is because they like their bosses, they like to clean, they like their coworkers. If you take that element of not working with coworkers and they get lonely, those people are more likely to stray and steal your clients because they figure, what the fuck? I'm cleaning all the time. I got the relationship with the client. I'm just gonna steal the client. That happens so much in businesses that just do solo. That's my opinion. Everyone's got a different opinion. You don't have to, you can like my opinion. You don't need to like my opinion. It's just my opinion. You can have a completely different outlook, but from someone that has retained staff as long as I do, I think 100% solo model, there's holes in it. I do. I think if you're purely concerned with making profit and not caring about your people, do 100% solo model, right? Go burn them out. Burn them the fuck out if all you care about is putting money in your pocket. But if you want to lead with integrity, if you want to keep your people, and you want to have a company that people actually want to come to work with, I think you got to do a hybrid model. That's my opinion. Take it for what it is. Kelly Jenkins says, I think retention is really hard 100%. It is hard because they're cleaning by themselves all the time. They're lonely. It's hard. You stick a solo person in a 5,000 square foot home, like there's a ton of them. Kelly's from Texas. She'll tell you there's a ton of those big 5,000 square foot homes in Texas. You make them do 2 of those a day, you're a jerk, right? That's like, sucks to clean that by yourself, right? So I get it. Everyone wants to make money. I'm all about making money, making profits, but you have to care about your people. April says, true, honestly, I enjoy when I have 100% because you're not bored, right? I cleaned solo for a long time by myself. I had my headphones. I did what I needed to do. I needed to do it, but it was my company and I was making all the money. When you have people that are not making all the money and making, $18 an hour or whatever, you need to keep them engaged. That's what I think. Tammy says, I like a team. I think it's safer. I didn't even think about safety. That's 100% true. It can be safe if you're going into areas where it could be sketchy, or you're doing some big, apartment complexes or something like that. Totally. That's totally, especially if you have women, right? Rachel Bullock says, ugh, no, thank you. I'm done with that. What are you done with? I don't know what you're done with. Marta, even I prefer to work with someone. Everybody does. So think of it. If your people are making less money than you are, they need something to hold their attention. Otherwise, they're just going to bounce to Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's. They can get the same pay there. Kelly says it's overwhelming and lonely solo. Yeah, no, it is. It is. You can do it. You can do it maybe a couple days a week, maybe 3 days a week max, right? 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I cross train all my people so they can lead in a team and clean solo. The only people I let clean solo are my team leaders because they're the only ones that have the high enough quality to do it. I'm not going to let my new people solo. First of all, I don't think it's safe, right? There's one of my competitors whose child remained nameless in the same town as me, hires people and does a solo only model. They can't keep people. How do I know? Because I get people that have cleaned for them come to interview for my company and they tell me what's going on and they're like, they only give me so many hours, they only give me one house a day, and they don't like it and they quit. I don't want 90 people a year coming through my company, right? I don't want that many people. I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for people that want to grow with my company and that want to, be managers, and have a career, have a job that they actually like. At the end of the day, your people are looking for a job that they can stay with. People don't come apply for your company only because they want a job hop 3 months later. No, make it good for them. Cleaning is hard work. Make the job enticing. I'm training on that at the Zen Maid Summit. Just a little digression here. September 12th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm training on how to create a great company culture and grow $1 million company. How to retain people. That is my topic. How to retain people. So anything I'm saying tonight, just because we're talking about training people, is 100% factual and what I believe in. Every owner is going to have a different approach. That's totally fine. That's mine. It's worked for me, and we've had people a long time. I've even had people come back and work like Christmases, April vacations, summer vacations, like that have moved on because they're totally burnt out from cleaning, 5 days a week, but they come back and they do like, a few weeks here or there. Why? Because we're good to them, right? That's how you keep your people. April says, I'm less tired when I have a partner. Right. Imagine cleaning 100% solo Monday through Friday all the time. It's hard. It's hard. April says, heck yeah, I'm currently doing a 5,800 square foot house. Don't enjoy it alone. Think about the people that are just making $18 an hour, $17 an hour, whatever you're paying and whatever your state is. Think about how they feel. They feel 10 times worse because they're not putting all that money in their pocket, right? Who else has questions for me? These are good questions, actually. These are good questions. Who else? Tammy, pay by the hour or by the job? I pay by the hour. We're a W-2. We pay by the hour. We have an office. The clock starts when they walk in the office, right? 8:30 in the morning, clock starts. They get their stuff ready, their chemicals, their rags, stuff like that. And it starts. They wait. We did this a long time ago. We could have done it by the job. You're gonna pay a little bit more. You usually pay by the percentage of the job, right? Which is usually 35%, 40%. You keep the rest. Can never do 50 because you have to cover your expenses. But yeah. How do you, I think you have someone helping you besides your husband, right, Tammy? How do you pay? If you've had people in the past, do you pay by the hour or by the job? There's no wrong answer there. Just so you know, some people pay percentage, some people pay W-2. You just have to know that if you're paying percentage, obviously there's no money for driving time. If there's a quality problem, they have to go back, not on their dime, and clean on their own, right? That can be kind of bite in the ass on their end. But there's no wrong answer there. It's just a different model. Let's see if I missed anyone's questions. Did I miss anyone's questions? No, I don't know if I did. I don't know if I did. Who else has more questions? I love these things because you guys get to ask me questions. I'll wait a few minutes. Like I said, sometimes there's a lag. Who wants to scream when their staff doesn't clean like They do, and they miss streaks on a mirror and hairs on a bathroom tub. Me. I want to scream. That's what I thought, Tammy. Just your husband getting ready for employees. Getting ready. Tammy starts Drop the Mop next week. Ooh, yay! Yep, Tammy's starting, and then I think Rachel Bullock is starting soon. I'll reach out to you about that, Rachel. I get tired when I clean my own house, right? No, I can do my own house. That's about it. I don't clean houses anymore. No, I do quality checks though. I do. Anyone else have any other questions? Bring me your questions. Bring me your questions. There's 4 weeks till Rise Retreat. I can't believe it. 4 weeks. Kelly and I were just going over the menu. If you're watching this and you're coming, she put a comment in the Rise Retreat group on Facebook, the private group, about food allergies. So please answer her. I'm going to go in and tag everyone. Hi, Tina. Tina says, what's the best platform to hire people? Meaning, like Indeed. I like Indeed. I know, I can't wait either, Jimmy. I like Indeed. I think Indeed has the most focused people. What I don't like is Facebook, because I think Facebook brings in the riffraff. The reason why I like Indeed is because it's easy, for one. For two, people that go on Indeed, I always require a resume. So require a resume, and they send me a resume, so they're qualified people. They're looking for jobs, right? When you post a thing on Facebook, we've done it in the past. We posted on Facebook. Are they looking for a job? Are they not? I find that people on Indeed are more serious. Have cleaning experience. When you post on Facebook, you're just going to you might catch someone's eye because your ad looks cool, and they might be like, oh, I need a few bucks. They're not as serious. And we hired one. She was a wingnut, right? Oh my God. She stayed with us a year, but man, was she crazy. Yeah, I've had better luck with Indeed. I didn't have luck with ZipRecruiter. Didn't like that. That was crazy. That's for more professional jobs above 50,000 a year, right? April says some companies are doing quality checks every week. Yep. How often do you do quality checks on employees? It depends. If I have a client that's complained, I will go and do a quality check. I'm going to do a quality check tomorrow on a house because we had a complaint 2 weeks ago. She's picky. She's a little picky, but I'm going to go do a complaint anyways. It's 50-50. We may lose or we may not. I don't really know. But this lady's a little picky. But I hate when they say, I'm OCD. Shut up. This is the off color, Cheryl. This is what I really think. But I'm gonna do one tomorrow. So I don't know. I may only do like a couple a week because I have my team leaders doing them. So for the most part, my team leaders are doing most of the checks. When I will do one is deep cleans. I do the quality check. I find that if I tell my staff I'm coming to do a quality check, the house, they kill it. They bang it out of the ballpark, and they do a great job. So I like telling them when I'm coming, so they do a good job. I don't like that whole surprise Cheryl showing up. I don't know. I don't want to come off as the villain. I don't want them to think I'm the villain, right? So I don't like that. But so I tell them, hey, I'm doing a quality check today. Let me just get your ass in gear. Hi, Heather. How are you? You mentioned your employees start on the clock when they arrive at your office. Correct. Do you pay your employees for the travel back to your office? I do. As well, or just with the job? No. My staff comes back to my office and unloads the equipment. I don't like my staff to keep equipment, except the only ones that keep equipment are the ones that do Airbnbs on Saturday. Obviously, I don't make them go back to the office on a Saturday. They keep it. The people that are doing the Airbnbs, they've been with me a long time. They're team leaders, and I trust them. I don't let anyone hold on to equipment. So yes, they do come back. They drop off the equipment, and then when they get to the office, they punch out. Some companies do some. Yep. Okay, I got that one. Heather. Kelly Jenkins is watching. It keeps popping up, Kelly. It says Kelly Jenkins is watching. It's so funny. He always does that. I've never told you that before. Um, Kelly's gonna be cooking at Rise Retreat. She's making a cowboy caviar, and I've never had it, and I'm excited about it. She told me two things I've never had. I've never heard of before: cowboy caviar and a potato bar. I had never even heard of a potato bar. So at Rise Retreat, we're having cowboy caviar and a potato bar. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and show you. It just says like over and over again. Kelly Trader just watching. It's so funny. Does anyone else have any other questions before I let you go? Training your people is gonna some days it's gonna do two things. Some days you're gonna pull your hair out, and some days you're gonna be really, really happy because you didn't have to clean that house. It's just it is what it is. I know Andrea was on earlier. Andrea messaged me. So Andrea just is wrapping up, drop them up with me. 6 months in the program. When she started, she was at a monthly income of $12,000 a month. She just hit. Are you guys ready for this? She just hit 32,000 in 6 months. She went from 12K to 32K, learning how to hire. And she's in the process of training people, right? It's just the new stage of training people. She's having a problem with the floors, right? We're all having a problem with something or other. It's just managing people. It's just the way it is. You just got to get used to it. If you want to make the big bucks, if you want to stop cleaning, you got to learn how to manage people. You got to be a good teacher. You got to be patient. I think that's way better than trying to clean and all those houses and break my back. Of course I did almost. I wouldn't say I broke my back, but I pulled my back out real bad that I couldn't walk for a couple weeks. So that was it for me. That's why I went to the other side of training, hiring, managing people, things like that. So keep seeing that about Janet. It's so funny. Janet Baker, that will warm. Janet, she's doing a potato bar. Kelly's doing a potato bar. I'm excited. Loaded baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. Like, that's going to be awesome. Gabriella says, do your team leads drive too? They do. They do. For the most part, the team leads drive. They drive their own cars, and we pay them a flat rate of $15 a day up here. I'm so excited about the potatoes. I know. Russet potatoes. It's just going to be russet potatoes. So, Gabriella, so the team leads drive. We pay them a flat rate of $15 a day to drive. If they're doing 3 houses, they get $15 a day to drive their own cars. Correct. Marta says you won't be able to do it long term. 30 years and I'm in pain all over. Exactly. That's why we're teaching you how to hire people and train people. It's the lesser of two evils. If you could stay at home and manage the business and have your teams go out and clean, that's what my days look like now. Right? And knock on wood, I work my ass off to make that happen. I'm still working my ass off to do it, right? It's not that I'm sitting up here eating bonbons, right? No, I'm still working in my company. I'm still training and still motivating, still getting people to do stuff, right? It's the way it is. It's easier than me going out and cleaning 15 houses a week or whatever. You know what I mean? I can't remember the last time I only had 15 houses a week on the schedule. It's been a long time, but now we're on a different level. My company's on a different level. All right, ladies. Tammy's feeling it too. I know, because I was all of you, right? So I know what you're feeling. That's why I help you get out of it. That's what I help you get out of it. So if you're watching this live, glad you came. If you're watching this on replay, glad you watched it on replay. You'll get a lot of good information watching it on replay, even listening to everyone else's questions. But yeah, you guys, you gotta get out of cleaning, right? Andrea's still cleaning, but out a little bit, you know what I mean? Andrea's kicking ass. The Montana girl. I can't wait to meet you. 4 weeks, baby. April, I felt embarrassed, feeling so behind. You're not behind until hearing the other stories and drop them off. No one's behind. You're all at different levels and different skill sets. You haven't just acquired You haven't acquired the skill sets yet. That doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean you're less than. You're learning. So give yourself some grace, right? This is a business, right? We're all good at cleaning. That's not the problem. If you're learning business skills, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. That's why the help is here. Christina, you're welcome. April, glad I joined to be in a community because I don't have any family support, so I enjoy being a drop the mom. I know. Move up here. Get the hell out of Texas. Come up to Massachusetts. There'll be a culture shock for you. All right, ladies. I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing evening. And I'm going to be jumping on and doing videos here and there and stuff. I just had a little, my business was busy. My own business was so busy. End of July, first 2 weeks of April's been crazy. So, but now I've slowed. I'm back. You're going to see me. Marta's learning every day. Marta, I'm going to see you in a couple weeks too. Yeah, Marta's from Connecticut. Yay. Sort of near me, a couple hours away. All right, ladies, have an amazing evening. I'll see you soon.